Hey guys, and welcome to the episode of Marvel Tuesday. And on Marvel Tuesday, however, we're just going to be talking about is WandaVision. But today is Friday, however, so this is a previously recorded programming of WandaVision. Just to make sure that I don't forget what I'm doing here. So, want to say, guys, that this ain't a live talk show like the Tonight Show, Stephen Colbert, James Corden, you know, all that jazz. But, however, we're gonna make sure that you all got cut up. So we're gonna do a spoiler free for two. You heard me right. Two episodes that were premiered. I'll give you my thoughts on those, and of course, is this is how they are, but it's gonna be different because the plot, however, is not gonna be included in there because this is a Disney Plus series, not a movie from Marvel Studios, however. But we are going to but I will talk about some of the things, however. Then after that, it'll be a full review. If you haven't seen WandaVision, do so now, as you would get a good laugh out of it, or you're gonna find out what's something wrong. What is something wrong with it? But other than that, here we go. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Where do I find the advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So, if you want to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Yeah, like I say, I needed a good laugh. And I got it. Well, for the most parts. But even though, we're going to begin with the cast and characters. Now, I thought the cast was an interesting one. No, like Deborah Jo Rupp, and of course, and and Fred Miller. Melamed, but the ones who are going to be featured in the whole series, of course, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany, and Catherine Hahn. Well, like I say, you know, it has some touching elements, you know. And then, just, of course, you know, playing the nosy neighbor. You know, but of course, the first episode was kind of a resemblance of course, I Love Lucy. Of course, it's I Love was you know, I Love her. Oh yeah, that first one was like a I Love Lucy element with mixture with the Dick Van Dyke Show. And of course, you know, with a hilarious performance. But however, this is a mini-series, so it's just going to be one only. So we just begin with, of course, you know, the cast. But then two comes in, reminds me, of course, of Bewitched. You know? But instead of a nose wiggle, instead, you know, finger touch. You know? Like with Wanda, however. But things are, of course, not as what they seem to be. As we heard some, you know, and of course we get some details, however, which I'll reveal in the full on review. But is there like any references aside from sitcoms? There may be, however. So, yeah, like I say, there may be some elements, like, of course, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Like, and it's some elements, of course. But this miniseries will be dark, you know? It won't be all laughing. It won't be, because it's got some tropes in there. Some comedy tropes. But these are bound to get serious. Alright guys, last chance. If you don't want to be spoiled, but before I do, I'm going to give you my final thought. I thought the first two were a delight. Well, not perfect, but a delight. But were a delight. So, I get this a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, not a strong start, but this is going to be going to somewhere. I can doubt that. But, again, final warning. If you have not seen the episodes, do so now, because this is a major spoiler. Well, you've been warned. We begin with this intro, which reminds me of I Love Lucy. With, of course, a newly wedded couple, Wanda and Vision move into the town of Westview during what appears to be the 50s. And of course, Marvel is going to, we've given the intro, and then it goes to 4-3, the ratio of 4-3. Even though we are 16-9 ratio, but this is in the format of 4-3. And it's an unknown variant, of course. But yes, they set the blue idea, but of course they were trying to think on the calendar, like August 23rd, like what was on the calendar. So yeah, the calendar, however, thinking it's their anniversary, but who knows? As for Vision, however, goes to work. But even though she gets, of course, and Wanda, however, gets a visit from their good friend named Agnes. Who is a nosy neighbor. And of course, when they were discussing, like, of course, about their husbands, like a typical housewives used to, because this is the 1950s after all. Right before we get to the Happy Days, which is, of course, the sitcom that took place in the 50s, but yet, the sitcom was in the 70s. But I don't see it on there. Well, back to the topic. Of course, at the Computational Service Incorporated, you of course get, they were getting ready for the anniversary dinner. Alone. But however, the boss man would want dinner at his place, with the missus. Kitty Foreman from That 70s Show. And then, of course, he's in a tense situation. But now, commercial time with the toaster. Forget about the past. It's all about the future. And that product is made from Howard Stark of Stark Industries. Oh man, I gotta get that toaster. Is it available in stores? Because I would love to get that toaster from Stark Industries. If it exists. So I would love to buy that toaster so I can get that shit. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? But back at the home, of course, with Wanda, with Vision, set up the dinner. And then, of course, with Wanda in her really kinky outfit, not that kinky, man. This is TV PG, alright? This show's TV PG. Meaning, we got children, There's children watching this, okay, man? But sitcoms are not like that. But, I'm not complaining or anything, but, but, but yes, I get, the 50s are more family friendly. Right before sitcoms nowadays are markedly obscene. Like the show from CBS about a little boy who lived for Charlie Sheen. And then John Cryer, who of course found Ashton Kutcher. But that's beside the point. But back to the topic. As that's it. After this, I'm gonna need to fire my agent. But yeah. Although, Wanda, however, changed it to her, of course, went into the kitchen with Vision, and Vision was worried that, that they this is anniversary, despite of that, it was just a casual boss man dinner, so, yeah. That's pretty much the thing about it. But however, we are of course sweeping up the mess, and Wanda just changed into her housewife outfit. Like Lucille Ball. And then of course we have Mary Tyler Moore coming in. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. And then, of course, with Vision, of course, here comes Agnes again to make the dinner, to help with dinner. And Wanda, of course, are having a mishap. And then, of course, well, I gotta stop saying of course. Yes, boy, the 50s have some catchphrase, don't they? Who's ever the scriptwriter? You got some explaining to do. But back to what I'm saying. With Wanda trying to make the chicken, but then, of course, turn it to burnt chicken, and then try to fix it, but then turn it to eggs. And then the cake, and then of course, and then of course with the boss man's wife opening up, Vision created a distraction with Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back, which was a really popular song in the 50s. I thought they were gonna go with, Just You Know I, which sounds like Buddy Holly, or Peggy Sue by Buddy Holly. They gotta go with everyone's favorite doo-wop classic, Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back. And then of course, and then I did it again. And then of course, dinner's ready. But however, something's not right about this sitcom. Because sitcoms have dramatic moments. And that moment right there, where Vision's boss was choking on the plate, on the food, and then Vision, however, just put his hand on his boss's neck. Well, not like that, not in strangulation, but to get the food out. And good news, boss man's okay. So yes, something that went wrong went right. So yeah, and that's it for episode 1. And, however, someone is watching them. But I don't know who's that. But then, of course, after these credits of the classic are over, we get to the music of that miniseries. But this is, of course, the sitcom. Well, ain't a sitcom, but this is like something more serious. With the music by Christoph Beck. Yeah, I gotta give major props to Christoph Beck, the same composer of Ant-Man. And Ant-Man was. So yeah, major props to Christoph Beck for that music. You know, for the 50s. In that episode, then the credits, the present day orchestra. And now, on to episode 2! Which is, of course, a Bewitched. Which is like a Bewitched era. But it's a shame that we don't have I Dream of Jeannie, huh? Well, you know, I mean, of course, you know, with these beautiful magical beauties, you know, with these magical beauties of the 1960s. Samantha of Bewitched, using her nose, and Jeannie nods her head, and Wanda touching stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much the thing, and of course, it's back to 4.3 ratio. And then, of course, we have everything. Nothing to worry about. Besides, in the sitcoms, what could possibly go wrong? But then again, it's no ordinary sitcom. So, but if we begin with a prologue of WandaVision sleeping on the bed, and then, of course, despite of that, they found out it was just a branch making that sound. And then they formed the bed, and the two made love. Well, that's something you don't see in the 60s except in movies. You don't see that in the 60s in the sitcoms. Only in movies, you know, sexy time. And then, of course, you get a Bewitched style intro of WandaVision. And of course, we see Wanda and Vision getting ready to set up the magic act for the talent show for charity. It's a talent show for charity of the children. And of course, here's Agnes again, but before, after Vision goes to the city hall, well, he's had to go in his human form, not as an android. The last time we saw him, he was killed by Daenerys from Game of Thrones with a stab. That's the last time we saw Vision in his human form. Oh wait, no. Oh no, wait, that was Infinity. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I already made that when I did Solo. So, back to what I'm saying. What could possibly go wrong? However, that moment with seeing the helicopter, but colorized, that can go wrong. Because something is not right. Why is there like a toy helicopter if the remote control hasn't appeared till the 70s or the 80s? You know, like a, no. But back in the old days, were just, you know, like toys, you know, like wooden cars or choo-choo trains, you know? You know, or the HG choo-choo trains. But Erica Agnes to ruin that moment, or should I say, of course, to help out with the talent show by giving her a pet rabbit. Giving Wanda a pet rabbit for the magician hat. You know, a rabbit out of the hat. And then, of course, damn it, I did it again! We go to City Hall. Of where, of course, Vision said he don't eat. Because there's a gum, however. You know what really grinds my gears? Every time I say, but of course, and also, what I always say in sitcoms, what could possibly go wrong? But then, of course, right. Alright. I would have a bewitched nose or a nod so I could stop saying, but of course. However, oh, okay. However, the gum ghost gets stuck in his grinding gears inside a digestive system of him being part android and part AI. And of course, it got stuck in his gears, and we have Wanda and Agnes and meeting with Dottie and the Real Housewives of West. Hold on. Oh yeah, of Westview. Yep. So, yep, Wanda, Agnes, and the Real Housewives of Westview are having a ladies' talk, however. And then they were greeting each other, but Dottie being a total snarky snark about it. Yes, I don't want to say that word. Not appropriate for a timeline, but also, however, not necessary. Not necessary for the audience. I don't want to call women that, to be honest. So I'm not, you know. I'm not like that. But after the meeting, Wanda was cleaning up. You know, after the meeting was adjourned. But then Dottie, however, was making Wanda really uncomfortable. And of course, I did it again! However, Wanda just get the strange vibes, and not just strange vibes, as we can also hear the Beach Boys. Yes, we can also hear the Beach Boys playing. But that's not all we're hearing. We also heard them say, Wanda! Wanda! Who's doing this to you? This ain't just a sitcom, however. This is a suspense, and it's killing me. Until the glass, which bleeds Dottie, and we see red. Of course, there's red, and then red helicopter, and then blood, blood's red, and then wrapped it up. And now, we're going to commercial. So I got stuck in a timeline because after wasting my time saying, of course, and off-topic stuff. But we're getting on topic, so another commercial break with a new watch made by Hydra. Shame don't have a catchphrase like, "Hey Hydra!" But I really want that watch so badly. And later at the talent show, for charity, again, like I say, what could possibly go wrong? Because Vision has gum stuck in his system, making it feel woozy looking, and of course, hyperventilated. Well, it's not hyperventilated, but hyper as hell. And then, of course, he just... Man, now that part cracks me up. Setting up a talent, though. And, of course, card. Is this your card? And then, try to find the right card. Now, the Ace of Kings. But then say it just now the cards, and of course the rabbit was not in the hat. Rabbit was out the cage, and then Agnes points out. And of course, we have, of course, the last step, the grand finale. The woman disappeared, referring to Wanda, but however, there's no one in the box. They say, what's in the box? What's in the box? And then with the help of Wanda, it was the woman she met earlier that was in the box. And of course, after that, everybody was applauding for Wanda and Vision. But however, Vision was bawling his eyes out like he failed. But then Wanda's trying to look what's been going on with her husband, but she found the problem. That he's got gum inside his gears. But it spit out a big red. Because you can't say it'll take 7 years to digest. The BS. But BS, that's not how, it works. But however, there we go. There we go. I didn't say, but of course, this time. Yeah. However, everyone was really pleased with their, with their antics, however, of the array magic trick. Then, of course, and then, of course, all is forgiven. And also, Wanda is preggers. Congratulations. But although they went outside and there's something going on, and there's no audience, and it's a feeling of present day. Even though a mysterious figure in a beekeeper's outfit, of course with no face. But we are not ending it that way. And of course the two are, but then everything changes. The scenery, the costume, and of course, I didn't say but of course, the color. As we exit from the 60s, and we're entering in the 1970s. And no, we are not doing Happy Days. For what I'm predicting, we are doing the Brady Bunch type sitcom. So yeah, the Brady Bunch was in the 70s, and they were big. Well, Happy Days came close, but that was my favorite sitcom. And of course, the end with two sharing a kiss. And again, the credits, but like I say, I want to see where this goes. But for now, this is where it ends. Alright guys, that's gonna do about it for Marvel Tuesday. Marvel Tuesday, however. And I gotta say, the first two were delights. With the 50s, with the vibe of I Love Lucy, the 60s of Bewitched. But I can't wait to see what the 70s would bring us with episode 3. And also, this is a mini-series, so I wonder if we're gonna get this in a 4:3 ratio or a 16:9 ratio. But, however, we are going to tell you about this, and I'll see you guys on the next Marvel Tuesday. And stay tuned for the new episode of WandaVision.